Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be taking you guys through the process in which I install my wigs. Yeah, so first of all, this is like a semi-permanent install. I want this to be on my head for a while, so I'm going to be going ahead to do the bald cap method, and I'm using a stocking cap or wig cap, whatever you call it. I'm using one that is my skin color, and I'm just using my got2b glue to lay that, just to save my edges, because we barely have any edges, so we're just trying to protect the ones we have. Yeah. I'm just going to go ahead and apply the got2b free spray, and then I'm going to dry it. I'm using my blow dryer to just dry that down. And then after that, I'm going to be going ahead with this little scissors just to cut off the excess part, and I'm just going to leave the parts that I want my hairline for my frontal to be. I'm just going to leave that part on. Yeah, and then I'm just going to cut off the excess that I don't need. Now I'm just going to be using the got2b glued, that's the ultra glue, the one in the black tube, obviously. I'm just going to use that to lay like the little parts that we're lifting, just so like my stocking cap is flat. And then I'm also going to like trim the excess, and then I'll blow dry it. So moving on now, this is my wig. This is a wig from Celie Hair, and it is a 24 inches body wave wig. It is a 13 by 6 250% density. Now I'm just going to be applying some skin tone powder to the stocking cap, and then I'm going to tell you guys a little about this hair as we move on. And then I'm also going to do the same to the lace frontal, just so it can blend with my skin color. Now I'm just applying the adjustable strap, and then I'm going on to adjust this wig on my hair. You guys, this hair is really full and very soft. It is very similar to one hair that I had on here. That's the one that I used for my the one I went to a hairstylist to do my hair. Yeah, it's very similar to that one. I think it was Tinashe hair, and they're very similar, and this hair texture is amazing. It is super soft. I'm just using a technique that I learned recently, that's applying some powder to the front of the frontal, and then I'm cutting off the ear tabs. I did that off camera. Now I'm just going to go ahead to blow dry this hair backward, and I'm using it in the hot setting, not very high, just like the mid hot setting. This is just to like tame the front hairs while I do the whole glue process. So yeah, as I was saying about this hair is really full and really soft. It was very easy to work with. I feel like the only thing is that it doesn't really hold curls like that, but then I feel like if you use a hairspray, it's probably going to hold curls tighter. Now I'm just going ahead to cut the lace, but then I'm not cutting it fully. I'm just like dividing them into like little parts, just so it can be easier to work with when I start the gluing process. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. So right now I'm going to go ahead to apply my ghost bond. I didn't show this glue, but then I'll show you later, and I didn't show it at the beginning because I was so into doing this hair, and you guys will see it eventually. This is what I use when I want like a semi-permanent install. That's like an install to stay for about a week or a really long time. This is what I use, and this works perfectly for me. This is what I have access to. It's very easy to get this here in China, but for the bold hold, it's not very easy to get bold hold. I think you have to order it from outside China and all of that, and it's just a long process. And this does the job for me, works perfectly. I still have my install. It's been about 3 days since I got this, and my install is still flat. I haven't had to, use any got to be or whatever to like lay it down. I feel like this is for a more permanent install, but then when I use my got to be, I always take off my wigs the same day. I just spray water and the wig is off. Now I'm just gently, this is not in real time, this is kind of fast forwarded. I wasn't this fast when I was really slow. I brought this down slowly, and then I just use my comb to press it, and then I use my blow dryer on the cool setting. You guys should use it on the cool setting, be very specific about this. And yeah, I just use the blow dryer to dry this down. And also, before you put your lace down, make sure your your glue dries clear. Yeah, make sure your glue dries clear before you put it down, even if it doesn't dry clear, because like there were some parts that didn't really dry clear. It's eventually going to like dry under the lace and all of that, but then I'll just advise you place it down when it dries clear. And I was working in sections. This made it way easier for me. The first time I tried this, I did the whole front first before I put it down, and it was a struggle to work with. And yeah, this wig came pre-plucked, but then I also went in and I did some extra plucking, and this hair is very easy to pluck. So if you are not careful, you are going to over pluck, because it's really easy to pluck. The lace is very thin, which is, I feel like this is a good thing, but the fact that the lace is thin, because like the hair is easier to melt. I didn't have any problems with this wig. It was just perfect. Like this is, I feel like this is the perfect wig. You don't have to do much work. And if you're somebody that wants to have this wig for a long time, I wouldn't even advise you pluck it, because eventually frontals always shed. Eventually it's going to shed. But then I even went ahead to do some plucking. But then if you want a more natural look, of course you should go ahead and pluck. Now I'm using my scissors to cut my lace, and as you can see, I wasn't going straight across. I was going in zigzag motions, and you just want to be very careful when you're doing this. But then I was really slow. Everything you're seeing right now is fast forwarded like ×2. So yeah, I was very slow while I was doing this. I took my time. You want to take your time, just keep practicing. If you don't have a lot of wigs to practice on, of course try using maybe synthetic wigs or something, because they have synthetic lace front wigs. Yeah, you could try. Like, it was a lot of practice that got me here. I feel like I'm not even there yet, if you guys get what I mean. I feel like I'm not there yet, but yeah, I'm just giving you guys an up close view to see what the frontal looks like so far. So I'm just going to go to do the other side, and I'll be back. Now moving on, I'm about to do my baby hairs, and I always use a styling mousse or styling foam, whatever you call it. That's what I used to do my baby hairs. I used to use gel, but then I noticed that when I use gel and I tie it down, it kind of sticks to whatever I used to tie it down, but then mousse just works better. And the shorter you cut your baby hairs, the more natural it will look. So yeah, that's just something to take note of. I'm using this styling foam that I just get here in China. Everything I'm using I get here in China, on Taobao specifically. So yeah, I'm just going to do some swoops to get my baby hairs. I'm not a very big fan of baby hairs, but like I was just feeling it this day. So yeah, after I do this, I'm going to just pin the hair, unpin the hairs. I was very excited, as you can see, because I was feeling my hair. I really like how it came out. Just going to keep swooping. Now I'm going to use an elastic band just to tie this down. I learned this from RXMI. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but then she has some amazing hair tutorials. I learned using an elastic band from her, and it has been working perfectly for me. I'm just going to use this to tie down my hair, and then I'll use a blow dryer. After I finish brushing it, of course, I'm going to use a blow dryer just to blow this out and detangle the hair. Even though there was really no tangling, I just wanted it to be straight, because I had been tying it up and down while I was styling the frontal. I decided to go for a side part. I really love side parts. I'm not a very, very big fan of middle parts, but then I normally go for middle parts when I just want like a change, or yeah. But then I feel like side parts look way, way, way better on me. I didn't plug the parting before putting it on my head, so I did that while the wig was on my head. You guys, I also did curl the hair on my head. I didn't show that process, but it was very hard. I can't even lie. I'm so used to curling my hair on um my mannequin head, and then like when I put it on my head, I'll just like recurl the front, and not a lot, yeah. But then this time around, I curled my hair on my head and my shoulders almost broke. It was very, very hard. I can't even lie to you guys. Anyway, this is just basically what I did. I curled the hair. When I was done, I also used some my glue stick just to lay the little flyaways, and that was basically it. You guys, everything else was quite self-explanatory. Thank you guys so much for watching. I feel like I killed it. Let me know what you think. Do you think I killed it or nah? Yeah, thank you guys so much. You guys should look at this meltdown. Look at this meltdown. Hey, I was so happy, as you can see. So yeah, I highly recommend this hair. I'm going to leave all the details to this hair in the description bar below. This is one of the best wigs I have received so far. Like, it's really full. This hair and like Tinashe hair, they're very similar, and they're just amazing, honestly. Yeah, so I highly recommend this hair. This is 24 inches, 250% density, 13 by 6 lace frontal. What else? Yeah, that's it. That's that. It's very, very easy to work with. I feel like it's beginner friendly because it's not hard to pluck, it's not hard to do all of that. I also bleached the knots. Yeah, and yo, I even over bleached the knots. I had to go in with my mascara to like darken the roots. If not, it was like over bleached. I normally leave my bleach on for like 15 minutes to 20 minutes. I left this one for 20 minutes, and yo, you guys, I'll advise, if you're bleaching the knots of this hair, do that for maybe 5 minutes, depending on like your skin color, but don't just leave it for too long. Anyway, yeah, that's that. I'm going to leave all the details to this hair in the description bar below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Do you guys like my hair videos? Because I do that. I don't just make videos about China. I also have like a passion for beauty, hair, and makeup, all of that, so I wouldn't stop doing those videos. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Hey baby, you a diva, an independent lady, she don't need a nigga. Yeah, you must be a pastor or you a preacher. You turn a bad man to a true believer. Cause girl, you shine bright like the sun, and I wanna tell you that you was the one. And girl, I feel so sad anytime that you tell me that you gone. Cause you hot like summertime, summertime. Baby girl, you on my mind, you on my mind. Hot like summertime, summertime. Baby girl, you on my mind, you on my mind. So baby,